The new year is finally upon us, and as we bury 2020 in the ground from whence it came, it's important to remember there are a few silver linings from the last year we can take going forward. And that's this: there are a lot of streaming services with a lot of things to watch. We narrowed down 10 of our favorite seasons, series, and movies for you to stream in January of 2021. First up, Cobra Kai. If you haven't binged the first 2 seasons of Cobra Kai, get on it. It's the return of Ralph Macchio as Daniel LaRusso, meeting his old nemesis, Johnny Lawrence, played by William Zabka. This could have easily been a disaster when it originally premiered on the now-defunct YouTube Red, but it gained enough popularity to get 2 seasons on the service, with Netflix picking it up in June of 2020, where it proceeded to blow up. You do not need to be a fan of the original Karate Kid movie to enjoy the new series, but you will question who the actual villain was. Season 3 drops on January 1st. Cobra Kai never dies. Let's follow that up with another Netflix series debuting on January 5th with The History of Swear Words. Yeah. The title pretty much explains it all, as the new 6-part docuseries explores how our favorite curse words became so cursey. The kicker, though, as you can tell, is that it's hosted by none other than Mr. Nicolas Cage. Who doesn't like a little bit of Cage going crazy? The show is also stacked with guests from Sarah Silverman to Nick Offerman. Definitely sounds interesting, enjoyable, and 1000% not work safe. Let's switch it over to Disney Plus next, where on January 15th, Marvel will be debuting their first standalone TV series for the service with Wandavision, which features Wanda, aka the Scarlet Witch, and Vision living in a sitcom-like alternate reality. This seems weird at first, but this series is huge for the MCU and is the gateway to opening not only the multiverse, since Doctor Strange will be making an appearance, but also the new era of Marvel movies. It's a big one, and rumors abound about who else will be showing up. Bottom line, if you plan on knowing what's happening in future Marvel movies, you won't want to miss WandaVision. Speaking of movies, One Night in Miami made its theatrical debut on December 25th, 2020, but like most movies now, it made a quick jump to streaming, with Amazon Prime having picked it up for a January 15th launch date. The show marks the feature film directorial debut of Regina King and takes place in February of 1964, with a fictionalized meeting in a Miami hotel room where Malcolm X, Muhammad Ali, Jim Brown, and Sam Cooke all sit down together. For those Archie and Jughead fans out there, Riverdale Season 5 is dropping in January. The season is actually going to be extended so that they can wrap up some of the loose endings from Season 4, which abruptly stopped filming because of the pandemic. Beyond that, the season is expected to make a 7-year jump in time to showcase the characters a little bit older. As previously happened, episodes will air on the CW, followed by a Netflix premiere the next day, with the first one showing up on January 21st. Up next, Warner Brothers made the unprecedented announcement this year that all movies for 2021 would debut simultaneously in theaters and on HBO Max. And we get the first one on January 29th with The Little Things. It stars Denzel Washington and Rami Malek as competing investigators looking into a potential serial killer, played by the expertly creepy Jared Leto. Yeah, I'll watch it. Now for some quick honorable mentions, only because they kind of debuted in December, but we can still stream them now in January. First up, Pitter Patter, Let's Get At Her, Season 9 of the incredible Canadian gem Letterkenny is out on Hulu right now. If you haven't started it yet, you are missing out. Stop everything you're doing, watch the first 8 seasons, and blow right on into the 9th, which released on December 26th. For you Teenage Witch fans, the 4th season of The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina will be posting to Netflix on December 31st. Of note, this is said to be the last season, but given its popularity, I find it really hard to believe there won't be a 5th season or maybe even a spin-off. Next up, The Expanse. It originally debuted on the Sci-Fi Channel, airing 3 seasons before it was canceled and subsequently picked up by Amazon, allegedly because George R.R. Martin petitioned Jeff Bezos to save it, at least in part. Whatever the reason, it's fantastic, and a new episode of Season 5 will be released every week throughout January. And finally, for Stephen King aficionados and those who like a good pandemic and supernatural-based apocalypse, the latest iteration of The Stand is currently streaming on CBS All Access, with a new episode posting every week. It's actually a pretty amazing and perfectly timed release, with Alexander Skarsgård taking on the seminal role of Randall Flagg. And that's what we have for January. It's a lot to watch, but we know there's more out there. So what are you watching? What should we be watching? What should everybody be watching? Let us know in the comments, hit subscribe, like the video, share it with your friends, and that way you know when we have new videos and live shows going up. I'm Greg Nibbler, and thanks for streaming this.